안녕하세요. Hello, everyone. It has been forever since the last video that I have uploaded on YouTube, and since then, there's actually a lot that has happened. And so I just thought that right now I would do this video. I would record this video and talk to you in front of the camera and record this as is this an episode? It's just a video. It's not going to be done as a podcast. I was thinking that because I used to have a podcast wherein I just talk freely and say things that are on my mind. But yeah, since I haven't recorded and uploaded any video in the past 2 or 3 months on YouTube, I just thought that I'd show up today and record myself and tell you things. Like, maybe if you were to ask me the question, how are you? Then this video is going to be my answer. It's going to be a long one. It's not the usual I'm okay and blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm making this video to what do you call this? To document my thoughts right now and my thoughts about the things that has happened, things that have happened to me in the past 2 or 3 months. So I'm not really sure when the last video. Um, yeah, I don't even remember what video I uploaded last. Maybe it was a video of me doing a cover of Korean OSTs. And if that were the case, then that was probably in August. So September, October, November. Oh, so just 3 months. Yeah, maybe 2 months or 3 months. But yeah, so I'm here right now, and since that time, I have moved to a different place. So this is my new room right now, and you'll be seeing videos of this room and videos of whatever in the video, so you wouldn't just see my head speaking to the camera. There will be like a variety of videos that you will be seeing while listening to me speak about the past 2 or 3 months for me. So yeah, I moved to this place in September or late August in preparation for me going back to the office because in September, our company decided that we start working back at the office. So the setup is like most companies here in the Philippines right now, it's hybrid. So for several days during the week, we have to report in the office, and for some other days, then we are able to work from home. So that's the setup, and so that's also the reason why I had to move here closer to my office because commuting here in the Philippines is really terrible. I mean, I know some people are sacrificing a lot and are able to endure the difficulties of commuting, like traveling for 2 hours, 2, 3, 4 hours a day from their homes to their work and back. But I have experienced that already in 2019. And in 2019, if it were terrible, then it might be more terrible right now because I don't know, the traffic and transportation issues here in the Philippines is just not getting solved, and it's not getting any better. So for some of us, we have to sacrifice, spending a few more money so that it would be a bit more comfortable for us, like, you know, to match our desired lifestyles. Because for me, commuting for 2, 3, 4 hours a day, it's really a waste of time, and it's also really tiring. So yeah, so I decided to move here. That's the reason. And yeah, my room is not that big. It's only about 16 square meters, and I cannot do a tour video right now because I prefer to just be seated while recording this video. But yeah, and my room is still quite messy, although I now have a lot of things here. Like, I now have a wine table, I have my working table, I have a refrigerator and stuff. But yeah, it's small, but it's good for a single person, or if you have a partner, then I think it's okay. You can be very intimate living in a small space together. So yeah, that. And ever since I moved here, and ever since the lockdown in the Philippines has become quite more at ease. So like there's the easing of restrictions in the Philippines, so we are able to go out more often if we want. And because of that, I kind of decided to, meet with friends more frequently whenever I had a chance to go out. I would go out with friends, I would hang out with friends, and sometimes drink and party together in different places. And yeah, I guess doing that was quite fun, and also because I wasn't able to do that, of course, during the pandemic, but even prior to that, like when I was in college, for some other reasons, I didn't really party during that time, and I didn't really drink alcohol during that time. And I'm not encouraging people right now to drink alcohol if you don't drink alcohol, but for me, it's just something that I've discovered recently that it's not so bad to drink alcohol as long as you drink moderately and, just do it occasionally. If you could socialize without alcohol, that's also great. But for some reasons, I mean, for some people, it's not that easy socializing without alcohol, I guess. Or maybe that's something that they really enjoy doing. I mean, drinking alcohol and partying in clubs and bars, and that's their preference, and that should be all right. And yeah, for me, that's how it was in the past 2 months of me staying here. It's not that every week I go out and hang out and drink, but it's almost every week that I do that. So it kind of like ate a lot of my weekends. Well, it's not that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like the entire weekend, but spending a whole Friday night or a Saturday night partying. Um, I used to use that time for my podcast. So since I started partying, and you know that I'm also still studying while working full time, so I had to kind of like miss out on some things. And unfortunately, for the past few months, that that had to be the podcast. So I couldn't release as many episodes as I wanted to do on my podcast. But I was still able to release a few episodes. Like for Kinka podcast, my K drama podcast, I was able to release at least one episode a month, I think. And for Biology Constellations, my Korean ASMR podcast, I was able to release a total of 5 episodes in the past 3 months, I think. But I wish to do more, but I couldn't do that because, yeah, I already told you the reason. But moving forward, I'm thinking that, yeah, now that I've experienced partying for like almost every week, as if I were a college student, like, yeah. But since I've already experienced that, I feel like I don't really need to party a lot. And yeah, just hanging out with friends from time to time doesn't have to be every week, or, like we can do something that doesn't really take that much time, but still the quality is there, have quality time together with your friends and your families. I think that's a good thing. So yeah, so I'm thinking like lessening, uh, shortening the time I spend socializing, as I know it's important. Socializing, it's a good thing. It's important, and it's also some kind of networking. But yeah, um, there's this uh thing that's on my mind I've been thinking about in the past few days. Uh, should I say it right now, or maybe it's for next year? Cause like, yeah, I'm thinking of like uh changing my branding for myself. Cause what's the brand of this YouTube channel, by the way? I think it's uh wait, I forgot already. Cause I haven't seen my YouTube banner for a long while, so I don't know what's in it. What is it? I think, well, of course, there's language learning and maybe creativity and maybe vlogging, something like that. I'm not sure anymore. I haven't seen it in a long time. But yeah, moving forward, I'm thinking of just having 3 focus points in my like my life, and at the same time my creative and my the content that I put out on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, it's still not very clear because I have to like consider everything that I'm already doing right now. And you know what I'm doing, right? I'm working full time. I'm employed. I'm working 40 hours every week, and I'm studying. I'm taking my masters, and for that, I'm spending 9 hours, 9 class hours, and on top of that, I have to spend extra hours for like homeworks, for self study, and for doing like cases together with group mates and stuff. So that's also a lot of time, and I'm doing my podcast. Yeah, I have two ongoing podcasts. You know it already, Kinka podcast, and then Biol Cherry, and then I have this YouTube channel that's been inactive for quite a while. And yeah, those three are just the most basic content that I'm putting out there. Although I also have Medium where I write stuff, but I haven't written anything in the past few months as well. I should write something. And yeah, I'm also putting out like just the usual content that people put out on Instagram and Twitter. Like, but it's not like content, like content that you put out to affect people, but it's more like content to just update my friends that hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Because I think that's still how social media works for me. Like Instagram, I use it to just show myself to my friends, and yeah, it's still usually my friends who I follow and who follow me on my social accounts, and I think it's nice to keep it at that. My Facebook is yeah mostly just family and friends. I don't really add a lot of people, especially if I don't know them. So Facebook is just like very close family and friends. And yeah, why am I talking about social media? um, yeah, so content, right? So those are the contents that the kind of content that I put out. And aside from that, I'm also doing creative stuff like not online anymore. Um, if you know me since like if you've known me since during the pandemic, then you know that I have done improv online, and actually even before that, I have done improv offline. But yeah, starting this year, since we are able to go out and do things offline, then I was actually able to do offline improv, like in person improv, and that was really cool. Yeah, in September. Yeah, that was in September, right? In September, we went to Singapore and we joined the Singapore Improv Festival, and that was a really nice experience performing on an international stage together with my improv group, who are also really good friends of mine. And yeah, so that's also a thing that I'm doing. We actually did a show here in the Philippines as well prior to going to Singapore, and maybe sometime this yeah sometime during the next few weeks we might have a show or shows. I'm not sure yet of the dates and the details, but yeah, I think we're planning to do a show before the end of the year. And if you're here in the Philippines and you're watching this video, then that is something that you could also watch, I guess. If you're interested in watching improv shows, of course. And yeah, improv shows are really nice. And yeah, so that's an in-person thing that I'm doing. So although it's improvised, we actually do rehearsals, and rehearsals are not like you rehearse what you say or what you do on stage. It's more like you are rehearsing or you are training the muscles of improv so that when you do the actual thing, then your muscles, you're able to easily use those improv muscles. So yeah, we actually do rehearsals. So yeah, but I haven't seen my improv group in a few weeks now. I've been busy, but yeah, that's also something that I have to put on my calendar. Yeah, so yeah, I'm actually doing a lot of things really. And hmm, yeah, when my friends like ask me about how I'm managing time, because I'm yeah, like able to do all these things, although not what although it's not like very excellent sometimes. I feel like because I'm doing a lot of these things, um sometimes some parts are being compromised in a way, but I'm trying my best to excel at everything I'm doing. Okay, but not like everything, just everything that I'm doing. I'm trying to be good at all of those. Um, yeah. So too many things I'm doing, but yeah. So like now you see the line of thought. I mean, how my line of thinking works. uh, yeah. So I was talking about brand, right? So I was thinking that maybe moving forward, like it's not only about brand, but rather like the principle or the value that or the decision. What's this? What do you call that? Like the principle that I will hold on to for me to consider whether this is something that I should do or not do would be just three things. So yeah, that was what I've been thinking, and it's three B's. So B. So what are these three B's? The first B is brain, because for me, the brain is really so important, and like memories and stuff, and like intelligence and stuff, creativity. So brain. So I feel like if something is beneficial to my brain, like improving how my mind works or improving my knowledge about a specific kind of thing that I'm interested on, then it's something that I should continue doing. So brain, and like, or if it's something that would, because brain doesn't have to be just information, right? So I'm thinking that it's also about having a good time together with your family and friends. So like brain branching into like creating good memories, something like that. So yeah, brain. So that's the first B, and then the second B is uh, I feel shy saying this. It's uh, why am I feeling shy trying to say this on camera now? The second one is um uh, I'm not sure if I should say this, but yeah, the second one is beauty. Beauty, like beauty, because it's like this when you join pageants, right? So the contestants are usually considered like, oh, this contestant is really good. She has beauty and brains. So that's actually where it's coming from. That's why there's brain and then beauty. But I wanted to go first with brain because that's like so much easier to justify. But then now beauty, um, like why should I go for beauty? Beauty doesn't have to be. I'm not thinking of beauty that's based on the standard of other people, but beauty that's on the standard that I myself create for myself. So if it's something that I do and it helps me beautify myself, that's so weird saying. I mean, it feels so weird saying that. But like adorning myself or that word, I mean, that phrase sounds so culty. I used to I used to use that phrase when I was in the call, like adorning myself, making myself look good, making myself beautiful. But yeah, beauty. Beauty meaning I keep a sharp look and I'm able to present myself um, in a good way, something like that. And like basically, it's about image, like because if I'm doing things and if I'm trying to, you know, it's like everything that we do these days is affected by how we look. Although I wish that weren't the case, but it is. So how we look is how people perceive us and also how we perceive ourselves. So for me, like I'm setting a standard of beauty for myself and keeping that standard is something that would make my life easier, I guess, and also make my life a little bit more comfortable. I don't know, and I would feel happy. I mean, it's not like I'm happy because I'm beautiful. I'm not sure if you've heard that phrase, but it's more like I'm beautiful because I'm happy. That's what I'm trying to go for. So, um, becoming beautiful is just I'm. Does it feel weird to you? Like I'm a man and I'm telling you becoming beautiful or something? No, it shouldn't be. Being beautiful doesn't have to be bound by gender. Okay, so you can be a man and you can be beautiful. Um, yeah. So like becoming beautiful is not really the end goal, but it's just there. But there are so many many fa- um, factors affecting how you become beautiful, and I'm going for those things rather than like just becoming beautiful itself. So like because you're happy and then you shine, or yeah, the you glow with that happiness. So it's more on those things. But just to go with beauty and brains, so BB. Okay, so that's why there's beauty. And then so the third focus, the third B for me is body. So there's brain, beauty, and body. Body, yeah, because if you don't know, I've been trying to like work on my body for a really long time now. Although I've been yo-yoing, like I'm able to reach a milestone and then suddenly like step back. I mean, yeah, step back. Like hi, is that the right word? But yeah, so I'm moving towards my goal, and then I fall off. What? I fall off a? No, I don't fall off a cliff. I I reach an obstacle, and then there's plateau, and then suddenly you're losing track of what you're doing, and then you slide down and stuff, something like that, and then you try to push forward, and then you're able to move forward, but then you move back again. So yo-yoing. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to clear my throat now. I've been talking for 20 minutes, but mm, yeah. So, buddy, I yeah. So the things that I do, I want to like consider whether that is helpful to my body, like in maintaining my body healthy. So it's more on the health side of things. I think health and also functionality, because yeah, you can be healthy and stuff, but maybe you're not able to use your body to its full potential. I mean, you're not able to utilize your body in the most utilitarian way. But yeah, so that's something I'd like to add into my focus. So body. So yeah, right now I'm trying to watch what I eat, and also I'm trying to work out more. Um, yeah, I haven't worked out like in a really. It's not like in a really long while because I still try to work out even at home, but it hasn't been like serious and intense and constant. So it's like, oh, I feel like doing this, so I do that for a while, and then once I lose the fire of doing that, then I move on to the next thing. And because of that, like there's no very clear particular improvement. Although I feel like I'm actually not so bad when it comes to my physical health, but I'm not strong. I'm not at the level of strength that I want to be at. And yeah, my figure is it's okay. It's not so bad, but I could be better. Yeah. So again, what are my three focus? That's brain, beauty, and body. So yeah, those are like I think yeah, moving forward, whenever I'm doing something, then I would have to consider whether it's aligning towards those three key or three core things in my life. Oh, huh, sounds serious. uh, yeah. Um Yeah, and I'm still studying. I'm still studying. I'm taking my master's. I already told you that, and we have just started our second year, and it's actually our final year. It's actually our final year, and the first year was actually okay. I mean, I did quite okay, not so bad. My grades were all right, but could have been better. Especially the third trimester was really difficult, and especially because that was the time I moved here, and I was like doing a lot of things and transitioning since I'm now. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that since I moved here, I'm living alone, and so yeah, it's actually my first time living alone. I'm 20 something years old. I'm 29. So I'm 29 years old, but it's the first time that I'm living alone because in the past I've always had roommates, so technically not alone. Like when I was in college, I lived in a dormitory, but I had roommates, so not living alone. And then when I was in Korea, I lived with roommates, so still not alone. And most of the time that I were here in the Philippines, I lived with my family. So now it's the first time that I'm living alone, so like preparing my own food. Well, it's not so difficult, but it sometimes takes time. So yeah, that was a challenge, especially during the first few weeks of me living here. But now I think I've kind of adjusted already. So I'm doing my groceries like not too often, but I stock up on food and then I prepare food that are easy to prepare. Like yeah, nowadays my favorite is egg noodles. The one I buy is from Vietnam, and yeah, I don't know. It's just so good. I think so. I mix egg noodles with various viands. Viands is a Filipino word, so I mean it's an English word, but it's I think only Filipinos use it. But yeah, so I mix the egg noodles with different kinds of dishes. Like sometimes the dishes that you eat with rice, but I'd rather eat it with noodles. And yeah, about that, I don't usually eat rice, but I eat rice when there's rice served to me. Like when I go to a restaurant and then I buy food that's served with rice, then I eat rice. But normally on my own, like here, I don't really eat rice because it's not easy to cook rice. With my cooker, I only have a mini cooker, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to cook rice there. And anyway, I'm not really a fan of rice anymore, so I eat more noodles. But since noodles are not really all that good as well, I'm eating the egg noodles. So it's made of egg. I'm not sure if it's 100% egg, but maybe it has flour and other stuff. But at least it's not all flour, and yeah. So it probably has more protein than a regular noodles. Yeah. So I've been talking for almost 30 minutes now, and yeah, I guess that's not something that you would normally tell a friend if a friend asks you how are you. But yeah, last year, I think that was last year, I wrote this article called "How Are You?" A thousand word respond to that question or something like that. I don't remember the title of the article, but it's there. I wrote something like that. Like, what if a friend asks you, "How are you?" How are you gonna respond? So I wrote. I mean, that was the inspiration, and then I wrote my response to the question, "How are you?" And yeah, I think it was a little over 1,000 words, a little over 1,000 words. Yeah, but this one is a 30-minute video answering the question, "How are you?" It's quite long, but I feel it's nice being able to do this again after a really, really, really long time. I mean, I haven't spoken my thoughts like this for quite a while. I mean, I have friends, but I think like when we hang out and drink, we don't really talk like this. I mean, we don't share deep stuff. We just talk about like what happened, something like that. Unless it's a friend like you haven't met in a year or two, maybe you'd have a lot to talk about. But yeah, but me being able to speak like this today in this video feels so nice, and I feel like I should do this more often again. But I'm not sure if it's like this format, or because doing it on a podcast is so much easier. I don't have to record a video and I don't have to edit the video. It's just the audio stuff and it's already good that way. But yeah. So if you've watched this video and if you found it interesting, well, hi. How are you? I'm also curious to know how you are as a viewer or as a friend, if we are friends. But yeah. If you want to tell me how you are, you can tell me via the comment section, or you can tell me like if we're connected on any social media, then you can message me there, tell me how you are, because I already told you how I am. And yeah, I guess that would be nice. And yeah, please also support my podcast. I mean, listen to the episodes, the previous episodes. I mean, the most recent episodes if you still haven't. And yeah, please don't forget to like this video, to like or to follow, to subscribe. Yeah, to subscribe to my channel, and also do that to my podcast. Yeah, it's nice talking to you in this way today, and I hope to see you around again someday. I think I slouched throughout the entire video, but yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. 안녕히 계세요.